In today's NHL, being good gets you a spot on the top line. Being elite gets you $10 million. But being a top 10 player in the world, that puts you in an entirely different stratosphere. Measuring the best players in hockey right now isn't just about reading the box score from last season. It's about impact, game-breaking talent, and who would you pick if you needed to win a Game 7 tonight. And trust me, narrowing down the entire league to just 10 names meant leaving off some absolute superstars that are going to make half of you lose your minds in the comment section. I'm looking at raw production, two-way dominance, a playoff clutch factor to build the definitive, undisputed top 10 list heading into the season. Who takes the crown at number 1? Is there a new defensive king? And who got unfairly snubbed? Let's dive right in. Okay, just a quick intro, guys, because this is going to be a long video. Spend a lot of time on this bad boy, so you already know what to do. Leave a like, drop a comment down below. I'm very, very curious. I know there's a lot of people that are going to be like, what? Are you kidding me? What a terrible list. But say why. If you disagree with me, say, well, Trev, I think this guy should be in the top 10 because this, show your work. And then lastly, last year, there's 3 new players. So I've done this every single year on my channel. So this year, it sees 3 new players. 3 new players that weren't on my top 10 from last year, if that makes sense. And then lastly, if you like this channel, if you're new to my channel, I'm YouTube Trev. This is above average. I like talking hockey, baby. So subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, this is my top 10 heading into the 26-27 hockey season. Enjoy! At number 10, we got a first-timer, Jack Hughes. Hughes broke Patrick Eliash's 22-year-old franchise record for most points in a single season by a New Jersey Devil. He posted 43 goals and 56 assists in 78 games at 21 years old. Since his major breakout in 21-22, Hughes has established himself as a true point-per-game player, just over a point per game actually. Despite dealing with minor injury setbacks, he routinely gets 70 to 80 plus points in around 60 to 65 games, demonstrating an elite top 10 scoring rate across the league when healthy. Across his entire career, Hughes averaged under 15 penalty minutes per 82 games. In the 21-22 season, he played 49 games and racked up 56 points while taking 0 penalty minutes, a stat line almost unheard of for a top-line center. He regularly finishes near the top of Lady Byng Trophy voting. Hughes isn't just a playmaker, he generates elite shot volume. He consistently ranks in the 90th percentile among NHL forwards for high danger chance creation and mid-range shot generation, serving as a primary engine for New Jersey's transition offense. Jack, who went first overall in 2019, and his brothers Quinn and Luke formed the only trio of brothers in American hockey history to all be selected in the top 10. Yeah, when healthy, I think this guy is absolutely a top 10 player. If healthy this season, the New Jersey Devils, they were good last year, and then he got injured. What was it, a steak knife incident? And then the New Jersey Devils they really dipped. So when healthy, this guy, in my opinion, is absolutely a top 10 player. I know his breakout year a few years back, he was putting up numbers that McDavid hadn't even put up to start the season. In the first 21 games, it was crazy numbers. So this guy's an absolute stud. I think he's very deserved to be on a top 10 list. As much as this pains me to do because he did this, yeah, does that still hurt? Yeah, I still think he is a top 10 talent. Okay, up next, this guy, he wasn't on my list last year, but he is this year. We've got Mikko Rantanen coming in at number 9. Rantanen is one of the most effective postseason scorers of his generation. Across over 100 career playoff games, he has racked up 130 points, giving him a career playoff average of 1.24 points per game. During Colorado's 2022 championship run, he posted 25 points in 20 games, establishing himself as an elite, high-volume, big-game playmaker. Rantanen exploded for a career-high 55 goals and 105 points in 82 games in 22-23. He followed it up with 42 goals and 104 points, joining the 100-point club in back-to-back years, cementing his status as one of the premier right-wingers in the league. By netting 55 goals in 22-23, he became only the 3rd Finnish-born player in NHL history to hit the 50-goal mark in a single season, joining legends Jari Kurri and Teemu Selanne. He also became just the 3rd player in Colorado Avalanche/Quebec Nordiques franchise history to hit 50 goals alongside Joe Sakic and Milan Hajduk. In the 2025 playoffs, Rantanen etched his name into history by scoring a Game 7 hat-trick against his former team in Colorado, followed immediately by another hat-trick in Game 1 of the next round against Winnipeg. brag. He became one of only 3 players in NHL history, alongside Doug Bentley in 1944 and Jari Kurri in 1985, to score a hat trick in back-to-back playoff games. Rantanen is a premier weapon on the man advantage. Over his career, he has amassed over 100 power play goals and nearly 290 power play points. During his peak seasons in Colorado and Dallas, he regularly logged over 20 to 22 minutes of ice time per game, an extremely high workload for a winger. This guy's a stud. This guy's underrated. He kind of got the same treatment that Draisaitl got with McDavid. Oh, he's only good because of, Connor McDavid. Mikko Rantanen, he's only good because of Nathan MacKinnon. And then he did what he was able to do in Game 7 against his former team that I just previously mentioned. Yeah, that right there was like a checkmate, like suck it, Colorado. Like, I don't know. That was one of the crazier things I've seen in recent years. Absolutely, this guy should be on a top 10 list in my opinion. He's very underrated, and he doesn't shy away from throwing his weight around. At number 8, we've got David Pastrnak. Pastrnak blew past the 60-goal threshold in 22-23, potting 61 goals and 113 points in 82 games. He became only the second player in Bruins franchise history to score 60 goals in a single season, joining Phil Esposito. That same season, he led the entire NHL with 407 shots on goal and 43 even-strength goals. When Pastrnak hit 61 goals, he became just the second Czech-born player in NHL history to reach 50-goal mark in a single campaign, joining Jaromir Jagr. In the shortened 2019-20 season, Pastrnak tied Alex Ovechkin for the league lead with 48 goals in 70 games, capturing his first career Rocket Richard trophy. Pastrnak has delivered 4 consecutive 100-point seasons, 113, 110, 106, and 100 this last year. What makes this streak even more impressive is how adaptively he scores. When his goal totals dipped to 29 and 25-26, his playmaking exploded, with a career-high 71 assists to keep his offensive output in the elite tier. In March 2026, Pastrnak recorded his 500th NHL assist in his 820th game. He became the 4th fastest player in Bruins history to hit the 500 assist mark, trailing only Bobby Orr, Phil Esposito, and Ray Bourque. Out of his 420-plus career regular season goals, over 65 of them have been game-winning goals, and he holds the Bruins franchise record for most career overtime goals, frequently acting as Boston's primary weapon in 3-on-3 extra frames. Now, I absolutely see a world where this guy is higher on people's lists. I do. Like, you can make a case for that for sure. I think he doesn't get the recognition he should as well, and this last year was extremely impressive because aside from geeky, this guy was a one-man show, and that's the thing that makes me, like, if he was on, like, if he right now had the options like a Kucherov does, or MacKinnon, or even Mikko Rantanen for that matter, I could see him being like 120 to 130 point player. I think he's that good. So he should be on the top 10. I have him at 8. That just goes to show how good the other players in the NHL are. But it's tough. It really sucks having him at 8 because he should be higher. He really should be. Up next at number 7, and our first defenseman on my ranking, Quinn Hughes. Hughes won the Norris Trophy as the league's top defenseman after putting up a career-high 17 goals and 92 points in 82 games played. He became just the 11th defenseman in NHL history to hit 90 points in a single season. In his Norris winning season, he recorded 9 games with at least 3 assists, a feat accomplished by only 2 other defensemen in NHL history, Bobby Orr and Ray Bourque. Hughes hit the 300 career assist milestone in just 376 games, making him the 3rd fastest defenseman in NHL history to reach the mark, behind only Bobby Orr, who did it in 346 games, and Brian Leetch, who did it at 368. He's also the 2nd fastest American-born skater in NHL history to reach 300 assists. Before his move to Minnesota, Hughes obliterated Alexander Edler's franchise point record for a defenseman, which is 409 points in less than half the games, 435 games compared to Edler's 925. He holds the single-season record for most assists by a defenseman in Vancouver franchise history, hitting 75 assists in 23-24. Hughes consistently averages near the top of the league in ice time, routinely averaging 25 to 27 minutes across recent seasons. During high-stakes playoff games, he frequently logs 30-plus minutes on the ice while serving as the primary quarterback for the top power play unit as well. When he was named captain for the Canucks in September of 2023, he became the first defenseman to wear the C full-time in Vancouver's history. Another game changer. This guy is so fun to watch. again, I could say he doesn't get the recognition. I know when he was traded to Minnesota this year, like the praise that he got, people were like, wow, we knew he was good, but we didn't know he was this good. Yeah, he is that good. And I've said it, as much as Cale Makar is, people say he's the best. I hate this. Oh, Cale Makar is the best defenseman in the NHL, and it's not even close. I hate when it finishes with that. It's not, you can say he's the best defenseman in the NHL, but the fact of the matter is, it is freaking close, and it has been for a while. Like, I still slightly give the edge to Cale Makar, but I'm telling you, Quinn Hughes he's right there, man. There's a conversation to be had about Quinn Hughes being today's best NHL defenseman. Okay, coming in at number 6, he wasn't even close to being on a top 10 list last year, but I couldn't not have him on my top 10 this year. That's how good of a season he just had, and it's only going up. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. Macklin Celebrini. In just his second NHL season, Celebrini surged into the league's elite tier, racking up 45 goals, 70 assists, and 115 points in 82 games. After posting a +31 rating on a rebuilding Shark squad in his rookie year, he elevated his two-way play to a +8 rating while driving San Jose's top line. As an 18-year-old rookie, Celebrini scored 25 goals and 38 assists for 63 points in 70 games, finishing as a finalist for the Calder Memorial Trophy. He notched a career-long precedent of high-volume production early, maintaining a near point-per-game pace throughout his debut year, despite missing 12 games due to injury. In 25-26, Celebrini registered 287 shots on goal, which is the 99th percentile among NHL forwards, while carrying an elite 15.7 shooting percentage. According to NHL Edge tracking, he recorded a maximum shot speed of 97.89 miles an hour, placing him in the 99th percentile for shot velocity among forwards. He logged over 293 total miles skated across 82 games, consistently placing in the top tier of the league for total distance covered. Across his first 152 career NHL games, Celebrini has already registered 9 game-winning goals and 3 overtime winners. He averaged just over 21 minutes of ice time per game in his second season, taking on top unit power play quarterback duties and heavy defensive zone face-off responsibilities as well. Celebrini was also selected to represent Team Canada at the 2026 Winter Olympics, making him the youngest NHL player to ever play for the Canadian Olympic men's hockey team. I mean, how about this guy? I can't say enough good things about this guy. His hustle, his skating, his edge work. This guy is like a Sidney Crosby. Might I say, was he better at Sidney Crosby at the same age? Is that a hot take? Was he that good? I don't know, man. The numbers he was able to put up, very, very, very impressive. And he was on, like I said, he was on Team Canada's Olympic team. Not only was he on it, he was the second best player. A team that had the likes of Nathan MacKinnon, Cale Makar, Sidney Crosby, some of the best players in the world. And a 19-year-old, he was eligible to play for Team Canada on the World Juniors last year. He wasn't doing that. No, he had better things to do. He was repping Team Canada at the Olympics. They should have won gold, but they didn't, whatever. But I don't know, man. This guy's going to win a Hart one day. He's probably going to win an Art Ross as well. Ted Lindsay, I see lots of hardware coming his way. And the way that the San Jose Sharks are rebuilding, have rebuilt, I wouldn't be surprised if they win a few cups down the road as well. So, could not have him in your top 10. He is that good. Okay, getting into my top 5 now. This is where the elites really start to shine. They kind of separate themselves a little bit. But let's get right into it. At number 5, we've got the best defenseman in the world, by a little bit, Cale Makar. Makar reached 200 career points in just 195 games, breaking the record previously held by Sergei Zubov at 207 games to become the fastest defenseman in NHL history to hit that milestone. In 25-26, Makar eclipsed 500 career points in under 470 games, keeping him on a career scoring pace behind only Hall of Famers Bobby Orr and Paul Coffey. Makar won the Calder Trophy in 2020, followed by the James Norris Memorial Trophy as the NHL's top defenseman and the Conn Smythe Trophy, the playoff MVP, that's what that is, while winning the Stanley Cup in 2022. Talk about a hell of a year. With his 2022 Conn Smythe and Norris victory, Makar became only the third defenseman in NHL history to win both trophies in the same season, joining Bobby Orr and Nicklas Lidstrom. Makar was named a Norris Trophy finalist for 6 consecutive seasons to start his career. He joined Bobby Orr as the only 2 defensemen in NHL history to be named as Norris finalists at least 6 times in their first 7 seasons. In 24-25, Makar hit a career-high 30 goals and 92 points, becoming the first defenseman since Mike Green in 2008 and 9 to break the 30-goal mark. In 25-26, Makar scored 20 goals, becoming the first NHL defenseman in over 30 years and only the 11th in league history to log 3 consecutive 20-goal seasons. Across 90 career playoff games, Makar has racked up 90 points, 26 goals, and 64 assists. And he holds the record as the only defenseman in NHL history to record 5 points in a series-clinching game, 1 goal and 4 assists against the Nashville Predators back in 2022. So it's not just the regular season with this guy, it's the playoffs. And I think that kind of goes for the last few players. You know, Jack Hughes, if I'm not mistaken, he hasn't really done a heck of a whole lot in the playoffs. Mikko Rantanen, he's got that clutch factor in the playoffs for sure. Pastrnak, he's had some moments in the playoffs. Quinn Hughes, he's been okay, but you'd expect more from him for sure. Macklin, Celebrini, we haven't really seen him in the playoffs yet. So the top 5, I think that's one thing you can say. It's not just regular season. These guys absolutely dominate in the playoffs as well. But back to Cale Makar. This guy's unreal. A good Alberta boy. Was able to watch him in the AJHL when he was playing for the Brooks Bandits. And it was fun. Super fun, man. It was just a men amongst boys. Is that what they say? It was incredible, and I love it. I love to see it. A few Norrises down the road for him. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets another 30-goal season as well. Yeah, he is the NHL's best defenseman, but I will say there's other players coming, man. There's other defensemen that are coming, that are hungry, and they want that title. So who knows? Next year is going to be interesting. Will he be the NHL's best defenseman next season? Time will tell. And in my top 10 last year, Cale Makar, he was 5, and he's 5 this year again. So, okay, next up, moving down 1 spot from last year. He was 3rd last year. I have him 4th this year, Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl became the first German-born player in NHL history to hit 1,000 career points, eclipsing the mark in just 824 games. He became the 5th fastest player born outside of North America to reach 1,000 points, trailing only legends Peter Stastny, Jari Kurri, Jaromir Jagr, and Nikita Kucherov. Across 102 career playoff games, Draisaitl has racked up 151 points, 55 goals, and 96 assists. Draisaitl set an all-time NHL playoff record by posting 5 consecutive games with at least 3 points during Edmonton's 22 second-round series against the Calgary Flames. Some of the best hockey I've ever seen. Not even joking. It's not even a hot take, not even bias. I don't know if I'll ever see a player be that good in the playoffs again in my lifetime. Maybe it'll happen, but what he was able to do, he broke like 4 records in that series. Despite suffering a high ankle sprain in 2022, he posted 32 points in 16 postseason games, including a 4 primary assist effort in Game 4 of the Western Conference Final. Draisaitl has also hit the 50-goal mark 4 separate times in his career. In 22-23, he established a career high with 128 points, 52 goals, and 76 assists in just 80 games. He captured his first Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy in 24-25 after pacing the league with 52 goals. In 2019-20, Draisaitl swept the league's most prestigious individual honors, winning the Hart Memorial Trophy, the Ted Lindsay Award, and the Art Ross Trophy as the NHL's leading scorer with 110 points in 71 games. He became the first German player to ever win any of those 3 awards. Draisaitl maintains a career shooting percentage of 18.6%, an extremely high mark for a player taking over 200 shots per season. He has amassed over 175 career power play goals and regularly posts face-off win percentages above 54 to 56%, making him one of the most complete power play quarterbacks and top line centers in the NHL. The only thing about Leon that people say is his defensive game. I will say it still could be better. It's not as bad as it once was, that is for sure. But I mean, he's my favorite player in the NHL right now. I think I can confidently say that. This guy's awesome. I've doubted this guy so many times, and he just continued to prove me wrong. He's been a Hart Trophy finalist 2 years ago. That was his best season, just every single night. He was better than McDavid that season.
Has this been your best season?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. It's probably been my most consistent, certainly my best season in all facets of the game. On the defensive side, offensively, Yeah, I think it's definitely been my best year.
It's incredible. He's so unique. It's so fun to watch Connor and Leon, just how different, like how you can be so good in the NHL in your own way. Like, you know, he slows down the game so much, and we all know what the passes he makes, his vision, he's exceptional. And who'd have thunk it? 3rd overall in 2014, and now being for sure the best player in that draft, not even close. Best German player in NHL history, not even close. I love this guy. Well, I'm sorry. I love this guy. So for all those reasons, he's at my number 4. I had him at 3 last year, but I just think these other guys, they outperformed him a little bit, just a little bit last year. So that's why he went down just 1. But up next at number 3, who also fell in my ranking. Last year I had him at number 2. This year I have him at number 3. He is Nathan MacKinnon. MacKinnon delivered a monster 23-24 campaign, racking up 51 goals and 89 assists and 140 points in just 82 games. That same season, MacKinnon recorded a point in 35 consecutive home games to start the season, the second longest home point streak in NHL history behind only Wayne Gretzky at 40 games. That season, he was so dominant, it earned him his first Hart Memorial Trophy and Ted Lindsay Award. In March 2025, MacKinnon became the 100th player in NHL history to reach 1,000 career points. Selected 1st overall back in 2013, he was the first player from his draft class to hit 1,000 points. And he became only just the 3rd player in Avalanche/Quebec Nordique's franchise history to reach 1,000 points, joining Hall of Famers Joe Sakic and Peter Stastny. MacKinnon captured his first career Maurice Rocket Richard trophy after potting 53 goals and 127 points in 80 games this last season, and he regularly leads the entire NHL in shots on goal, frequently recording 350 to 400 plus shots in a single season. Across 108 career playoff games, MacKinnon has produced 140 points, 62 goals, and 78 assists. During Colorado's 2022 Stanley Cup victory, he co-led the postseason with 13 goals in 20 games, including a 4-goal, 5-point performance in Game 5 against the St. Louis Blues. MacKinnon is one of the few active players to win the Calder Trophy, Lady Byng Trophy, Hart Trophy, and Rocket Richard Trophy. I mean, this last season, Nathan MacKinnon, for the first 2 to 3 months, I would say, by far was the NHL's best player. Every single night, it was like, it was a MacKinnon highlight, MacKinnon highlight this night. Like, I was like, and I said in one of my videos, I was like, right now, Nathan MacKinnon is the best player in the world. And a bunch of other fans were like, oh, how could you say that? What are you talking about? So, well, it's true. He was playing like that. So at times, can this guy be a best player in the world? Yes. And I think that probably goes for the last 5 players. In the top 5, I think you can make a case that, yeah, right now, Cale Makar, he is the best player in the world. Right now, Leon Draisaitl, he is the best player in the world. Nathan MacKinnon, absolutely. There's stretches, longer stretches than those previous 2, where he could be the best player in the world for at least 2 months. But how do you miss this? How do you do that? How can you be so good? How can you be one of the most clutch players in the NHL? Like, honestly, I think he is a top 3 clutch player in the NHL. And you miss this, man? You miss this? Oh my God, how? Oh, it still hurts. It really does. It still hurts. That was tough, man. That was tough. Anyway, but besides that, this guy is a dog. They call him Nate Dogg for a reason. I think out of the top 5, this is the only player who's actually been in fights. He's the only player that is out of the top 5, maybe even the top 10. Yeah, this guy's, it's not even close. Out of the top 10, the players I previously mentioned, he is by far the most physical. You know, he's not afraid to get in there. He can hold his own. He's a tough kid. Say he's a tough kid. He's older than me, but yeah, he's really tough, and that's what I like about him. Like, he's got that competitive edge that he's probably, I'd say this as well, he's the most competitive player in the NHL. Like, players have talked at length about what it's like playing with him on your team, like in practice. If he calls for the puck and you miss it to him, like, he won't skate for it. He'll just like look at you and he'll be like, what was that? That's pathetic. Yeah, so he is a dog. He is one of my favorite players in the NHL. He is so fast. His everything, his quick snapper release that he's got, so cool. Very satisfying player to watch. And he's Canadian. Gotta love it. I love it, Nathan. You're the best. Well, you're 3rd best, actually, on my ranking. But yeah, so for all those reasons, that's why I have him at 3. But could there be a case for him higher? Yeah. Let's go right into number 2. We've got Nikita Kucherov, baby. Kucherov posted 100 assists in a single season. He became the first winger in NHL history to ever do that, alongside Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, Bobby Orr, and Connor McDavid. And those are all centers. He's the only winger to have 100 assists in a single season in today's NHL. He finished that season with 44 goals and 100 assists for 144 points, setting the all-time NHL record for the most points scored by a winger in a single campaign and winning his second career Art Ross trophy. Kucherov led the entire NHL postseason in scoring during both of Tampa Bay's Stanley Cup runs. He put up 34 points in 2020 and 32 points in 2021. Kucherov has led the NHL in scoring 3 separate times, 2018-19, 23-24, and 24-25, securing 3 Art Ross trophies. And in the 2018-19 season, he led the league with 128 points to sweep the Hart Memorial Trophy, the Ted Lindsay Award, and the Art Ross Trophy. And he's done all of this, the Arts, the Harts, Ted Lindsay's, he's done that in the McDavid era. Pretty incredible, man. It might be a hot take. I said it this year, but I say Alex Ovechkin, you can't argue it anymore. He's the greatest goal scorer of all time. But does that make him the best Russian player of all time? Because aside from him scoring more goals than Kucherov, Kucherov's been able to achieve a lot more. Like, he has a lot more feats, a lot more awards than Ovechkin. So is Kucherov the greatest Russian player of all time? In my mind, he is. In 25-26, Kucherov surpassed 1,100 career points in just 863 games, becoming the 4th fastest European-born player in NHL history to hit that mark. He routinely maintains an assist pace over a point per game over multi-season stretches, driven by his elite vision on the man advantage. Kucherov holds every major Tampa Bay Lightning playoff record, including the most career playoff goals, assists, and points. He averages over 1.15 points per game in the postseason across more than 140 career playoff appearances, cementing him as one of the most productive big game performers of his era. And this last season, I'll see if I can find it, but he put together a stretch where he was clipping at about a 2 point per game pace for like 3 or 4 months. That hasn't been done since Mario Lemieux back in 95-96, but Nikita Kucherov did that this last year. My top 10 last year, I had him at 4. So he jumps 2 spots. He's now at 2, and well-deserved. Honestly, well-deserved. I'll also say this, he's the smartest hockey player in the NHL right now. Don't even think it's close. The last hot take I'll say, if he had McDavid or MacKinnon's speed, he would be the best player in the NHL by a landslide. I really do believe that. I really do believe that. So Nikita Kucherov, man, very underrated. He's going to go down as one of the greats, definitely in my generation. Love this player. Stud, 86, Cooch, baby. And lastly, I mean, we kind of expected this, didn't we? At number 1, who's been number 1 in my top 10 ever since I started this channel, and I think he will be at number 1 for a few more seasons, but there is some competition that is catching up to him. But regardless, right now, he is still the undisputed best player in the world, Connor McDavid. McDavid became the 99th player in NHL history to hit 1,000 career points, reaching the milestone in just 659 games. Only Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and Mike Bossy hit 1,000 career points faster. And think about when those guys did it. 80s, 90s. McDavid did that in an era that's faster, harder to score, more, not physical, but faster for sure, and it is harder to score. McDavid exploded for 64 goals, 89 assists, and 153 points in 82 games during the 22-23 season. He became the first NHL player to break the 150-point barrier since Mario Lemieux recorded 161 points back in 95-96. That season, McDavid swept the Hart Trophy, the Ted Lindsay Award, the Art Ross, and Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy. In 23-24, McDavid posted 100 assists in a single season. He became only the 4th player in NHL history alongside Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and Bobby Orr to record 100 assists in a single campaign, joined shortly after by Nikita Kucherov. McDavid broke Wayne Gretzky's long-standing NHL record with 31 assists in 1988 by recording 34 assists during the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs. He finished with 42 points in 25 games, making it the 4th highest single postseason point total in NHL history, behind only Gretzky and Lemieux. He became just the 6th player in NHL history to win the Conn Smythe Trophy as a member of the team that did not win the Stanley Cup. Connor McDavid has won the Art Ross Trophy 5 times, the Ted Lindsay Award 4 times, the Hart Memorial Trophy 3 times, and he's maintained a career scoring pace of 1.52 points per game, placing him 3rd all-time in NHL history behind only Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux. So, like, how many times? It's Connor McDavid, Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky. Like, that just, I can't wrap my head around it. Guys, just, if you're an Oilers fan, if you're a hockey fan, these types of talents, they don't come often. They don't. Like I said earlier with Leon Draisaitl, and, you know, it's not an Oilers take, but like what he was able to do in that one playoff run, I don't think I'll ever see that again in my lifetime. A player like Connor McDavid, man, it's not even close. I have never seen a player like Connor McDavid in my lifetime. He continues to impress me. Every season, he continues to do a move I haven't seen before. He continues to shatter records. He continues to do everything but win the big one, it seems, which sucks, kind of sucks. I know that's going to get brought up. Oh, you talk about clutch factor. Where was he in Game 7 of, you know, this year, Game 6 of that year? Where was he in the gold medal game? I get that, but before that, what he was able to do, I mean, the Olympics this year, he set a few records, right? So he definitely has it. He's got that clutch factor. It's just for whatever reason, those games kind of can't quite do it. Can't quite do it, but Connor McDavid, he is the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Connor McDavid, okay? But that's all I got for this one, guys. Do you agree with my top 10? Do you disagree with me? Like I said, drop a comment down below. I tried to go through this as fast as possible. I was going to make this a two-parter, but I was like, nah, I don't really want to do that. So just a one video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Spend quite a bit of time. If you like this type of content, I'm YouTube Trev. This is above average. Be sure to subscribe. Got all sorts of content, hockey content coming your way. Got some cool videos that I've been working on, some thumbnails I designed. I'm like, oh, this is going to be sick. So be sure to subscribe and put on the bell notification as well, so that'll update you whenever I upload a video. And it's time now, like I always do, if you're new to the channel, brought to you by www.timetrackers.ca. I highlight the most liked comment in my previous video, and my most previous video was on, what was it on again? What did I do? Oh yeah, the top players every Pacific Division fan base should be excited for. Yeah, I kind of had fun with this. It's a little bit of a quick video. But let's see, the most liked comment in my previous video. Okay, huge shout out to @FlamesFirst. This guy's a beauty. He comments on quite a bit of my stuff. Zane is going to be insane. And I know all the talk was the goal versus the Kings, but the final 20 games or so should get more credit. He looked like an absolute superstar. A superstar indeed. He is going to be amazing for the Calgary Flames, and I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Flames fans, you got a good one. So that's all I got, baby. I'm YouTube Trev. I'll see you in the next one. Don't be average when you can be above average. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.